What's up, Skull Nation? Ryan Jones here with Vikings Central. Real quick shout out to our sponsor. That's Badass Wood Art. Use code VC15 at checkout to save 15% off your order. Again, that's Badass Wood Art. Use code VC15 to save 15% off your order. Visit that's badasswoodart.com. All right, I want to talk today about points, the point system that NFL coaches and GMs use when evaluating how to make trades, how much they're going to have to give up for trades. I want to talk a little bit about the history of some recent trades and what kind of points were exchanged in order to move up in the draft. Because obviously, right now, that's what many of us want to see is a move up into the draft. So first and foremost, let's look at the 49ers trade. The 49ers gave up to move up and take Trey Lance. The reason why I want to look at this trade is because I think it's eerily similar to what the Vikings can do in the draft this year. If you look at the Vikings with the 11th pick overall, and they're trying to move up to, let's say, the Patriots number 3, the 49ers had the 12th pick. They moved up to pick 3 with the Miami Dolphins, okay? Granted, they didn't have a first-round pick this year, but let's take a look overall holistically at the points that they did give up. So when you look at it, first and foremost, the third overall pick in the draft, according to this point system, which, again, I think it was developed by Jimmy Johnson way back in the day, but many GMs use it. So they evaluate the third pick at 2,443 points. Again, 2,443 points. If you look at, say, what the 12th pick was worth what the 12th pick is worth was 1,741 points. So they exchanged those two, of course, 1,741 points. They also gave up what ended up being the 29th overall pick the next year, but it was a first-round pick the next year. You evaluate a first-round pick the next year at 1,244 points. Then they gave up a third-round pick the next year, which is 687 points. They gave up a first-round 2 years later, again, 1,244 points. So the 49ers gave up a total of 4,916 points to acquire 2,443 points. That means the Dolphins profited points-wise 2,473 points, almost 2 third overall picks worth, basically 2 third overall picks worth of picks. So again, they had to give up double basically what the point system was in order to move up. Now there's precedent for this, okay? It isn't just, there's precedent for giving up a lot to have to move up that far. And then again, last year, what did the Panthers give up to move up to first overall with the Bears? Well, they had to give up their 9th overall pick, and first overall is worth 3,000 points, by the way. They had to give up their 9th overall pick, which is 1,887 points. They had to give up the 61st pick, which was 917 points. Then they had to give up a first this year in 24, which again is 1,244 points. And they had to give up a second next year in 25, which was 892 points. So they gave up 4,940 points to acquire 3,000 points, meaning they gave up 1,940 points, which on paper, yes, it's less than what the 49ers gave up, but they also gave up DJ Moore. So all those points plus DJ Moore. So again, if you think that the Vikings are going to be able to come in and, swoop the Patriots off their feet or swoop even the Cardinals off their feet with just the 2 first-round picks, let's take a look and see what that looks like. This is a cap calculator or trade calculator you can use from overthecap.com. It's interactive. You can play with it a little bit. Okay. So first up here, let's take a look at the Cardinals and what we have as far as a point system here. If they want to trade down to 4th overall. All right. So first of all, we're giving up our first pick, 11th overall, and our 23rd pick. And you can see here the points value of 1785 and 1,411, right? For a total of 3,196, but we're acquiring 2,297. So that's a plus 899. Now, if you look back at that Bears trade, the Bears Panthers trade, and the Dolphins Niners trade, that's not nearly enough, right? So what else are we talking here? Well, I mean, I would hate to do it, but that first overall pick in 25, you add that in there, and now you're getting to about that 2,000 range, which clearly is what we saw it took for San Fran and for the Panthers to move up. Okay, so if you were on the fence or wondering, like, are we going to have to overpay? The answer is yes. We're obviously going to have to overpay. That's a quarterback tax, basically, is what they're going to charge us for it. Now, is it possible that maybe we go a third round pick next year instead of a first round? Because we're going to have that comp third round pick. I mean, you're still a little short. You might have to probably then go back and maybe throw in a fourth this year too. So that's just to get the Cardinals pick. Now, a lot of what I'm seeing on X, on Twitter, is let's move down to that Patriots pick. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So their third overall pick, 2,443, like we saw again with that Niners pick. And the Vikings giving up obviously 11 and 23. And now points gain is only 753. We're definitely going to have to juice that up. So we're definitely talking our 2025 first round pick. And, you know, frankly, we might be going down to a 2026 second, maybe not a second. That might be a little much. Maybe a 25 third as well. See, I could see something like that where we're talking, you know, close to 5,000 points, maybe a fourth, something, but close to 5,000 points is what I'm thinking we're going to have to give up in order for us to make this happen. All this basically, I just, you know, kind of wanted to show you maybe a fourth there. We're at, there you go, 4,900. So they're going to take away 25, 38, something like that. Maybe we get a kickback of, you know, let's say they're the 103rd overall with this third comp pick. There you go. I mean, I could see the trade definitely looking something like this. If we're going to move up with New England. So again, draft night comes. Let's say it goes Caleb Williams, it goes Jaden Daniels, and Drake May sitting there. What is it going to take the Vikings to move up and grab Drake May if he's sitting there at third? I think you're looking at something like this. This would not surprise me at all. But I just kind of wanted to show that to everyone. Again, this trade calculator, if you ever want to play with it, overthecap.com. And all the points values and everything is on there as well. You can look at that. But just a little bit of precedent to show you what the trades are going to look like. But I guess that's it for today. And until next time, Viking Central Podcast. Again, I'm Ryan Jones. And don't forget our sponsor, that's Badass Wood Art. That's badasswoodart.com. Save 15%. Use code VC15. All right. Peace out, y'all.